welcome back. Today's video is an update on what I've been reading, and depending on when it's actually posted, it will be a Friday Reads or a Weekend Reads. I'm recording this on Friday, so we'll see if it actually gets up on Friday. But before I get started, I want to do a quick shout out to my girlfriend. So many of you have seen Jess in my videos and on social media, but this weekend is her birthday, Saturday. If that's today, it's today. If it's Friday, it's tomorrow. It's Saturday. It's her birthday. It's very exciting. She's also recently started a blog which is called Jess Does All the Things. It's amazing. She talks about all of her various interests, books, makeup, skincare, blah blah blah. It's great. Links to everything down below. You can find her on Twitter and Instagram. Go wish her happy birthday. Give her lots of love, because she deserves it. And with that said, let's move on to what I've been reading. So in my last Friday Reads, I mentioned that there was one book I was working on and I thought I would probably have it finished by the time that video was posted. That turned out to be true, and that book was Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, which is the first book in her Rainwild Chronicles series. I have not yet moved on to the second book in the series, but I'm doing a buddy read on the entire series with Frankie from Frankie Reads, and we're hoping to get to the next book soon. We both have several other books we're excited about and working on at the moment, but I'm hoping that maybe by the end of the month we'll have moved on to the second book. Then there's one other book that I actually completed this week, and that is Passing Strange by Ellen Klages. I'm still not sure how to say her name, I'm sorry. This was my first pick for the Queer Lit Readathon, which has been going on throughout the week, and it was a really lovely story. So this is set in San Francisco in the 1940s. It's kind of an alt history kind of thing because there's magic, but it's like we take the magic for granted. It doesn't really come up very much. Really, the magic could have not even been there, and it's still would have been the same lovely story, in my opinion. You would have had to change a few details around, of course, but the characters and just the general story were really what pulled me in on this book. Magic I could have taken or leaving. Leaving? Left. Yes. Anyway, I did have a few qualms with some of the writing style of the book. I just felt like it took me out a little bit of the story, but I'm not going to go too far into that right now because I am planning on doing a more thorough review of this book in a later video. In the end, I gave this one 4 stars, and I would really recommend it. It's very cute, very short, page turner, and it had a happy relationship. It didn't end on a sad note, which is really refreshing in queer lit. Happy ending. It's great. Yeah. The rest of my reading for the week was split between 3 different books, none of which I finished, but all of which I've made some progress on. The first of which is the more sci-fi pick for June, which is The Moon is a Harsh Mistress by Robert Heinlein. This one I have read exactly 1/2 of, so I was able to do the first episode of the podcast with Adrian. This is about 380 pages, so yeah, whatever's half of that, I have read, and I'm going to be continuing on with this one during this next week so that we can record the second episode, which will be posted at the end of the month. Then I've also made a bit more progress on A Closed and Common Orbit. Jess and I have been buddy reading this one, so we've been trying to sort of keep a pace with each other, but we both put it on pause just for this week so that we could focus on the Queer Lit Readathon, which, no regrets, this has been super fun, but I'm also really excited to get back into this one, hopefully in this next week. I'm currently at about 60%, so yeah, 63% maybe, I think. So I'm getting close, and I'm really, really loving it. And finally, I have my second pick for the Queer Lit Readathon, which is Daughter of Mystery by Heather Rose Jones. Yes, Jones. I thought it was James for a second. This is a romance book that Jess got me for Valentine's Day, so I've been really excited to pick it up, and Queer Lit Readathon just seemed like the perfect excuse to do so. I'm currently only about 100 pages into it at the moment. I just haven't really read quite as much as I expected to over the past couple days. Part of it is just, it's one of those books where it's a new fantasy world, so there's that slow intro where you're kind of trying to figure out what the society's all about and stuff. I say it's fantasy, but it's really, it's more of like an alt history. It takes place in this land called Alpinia, which seems to be somewhere in Europe, maybe around Switzerland. there's some little hints in there. And it also deals with a sort of spin-off of I believe Catholicism. It's talking a lot about saints and the miracles, greater or lesser miracles that are able to happen, but there's also sort of like a magic, it seems, around it, and it's definitely getting fleshed out as we go. So I'm really curious to see where that goes. The relationship, there's just those little moments that are starting to happen, so I'm really excited to see that develop further, and I'm really going to focus on this one over the rest of the weekend so that hopefully I can get at least close to finishing it by the end of the readathon. Then, in addition to those 3 books that I have in progress from last week, I have 2 more that I'm hoping to work on a bit in this coming week. The first one I am so excited about. It just came out and I had it pre-ordered for Kindle, so it showed up on my Kindle this last week, and that is Island of the Mad by Lori R. King, which is her 15th book in the Mary Russell series. I am really pumped for this one, so I'm probably going to start in on it on Monday, just like as soon as I finish the Queer Lit Readathon, going right to Mary Russell. No regrets. It's going to be great. Oh, there's a beacon. The other book that I'm hoping to work on a little bit more, I actually mentioned last week, and that is The King of Bones and Ashes. This is by J.D. Horn, and this is one that I'm hoping to do a review video on soon because I was sent this copy in exchange for a review. So I haven't actually made any progress on it this week because of the Queer Lit Readathon, so I'm still just at the beginning, but hopefully this one will get some love and attention over the coming week. And that catches you up on what I've been reading and what I plan to read going into next week. I would love to hear down in the comments what you all have been reading. If you've read any of these books, what you think about them. Did you get the Mary Russell book? Are you equally excited about it? Did you participate in the Queer Lit Readathon? What was your favorite book from the week? Let me know, all the things. And don't forget to go and wish Jess a very happy birthday because she's awesome. I have her information linked down below so you can easily go find her on Twitter and Instagram and give her some love. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you all are having a wonderful week so far, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!